Corbeau. Got it up on the wing to center. Spezza got checked. It's brought back in by Drury. Drury put it in front, and McCarthy couldn't connect. And Drury is down on the ice. He's been injured, and now Stafford goes flying in there, going after Phillips or Schubert. Stafford.
Neal.
That's Chris Neal. You're right. It's Chris Neal who ran into Drury, I believe, and Stafford went right after him, and Drury is down on the ice.
Drury is caught up, it looks like up in the forehead area, right near the face-off dot to the left of the Ottawa net. And trainer Tim Macri, along with George Babcock, rushed onto the ice to attend to Drury, and Stafford, to his credit, immediately went after Neal.
Yep. There's another one of those guys playing out of character. You know, there's a situation where your captain gets hit. You know, Stafford is not known for this type of play, but jumped right in there, did not hesitate. That is why this team's being so successful. Kids like this stepping up and filling holes.
You know, Drury shot the puck, and Neal, when Drury was not expecting it, hit him up in the head area. Drury tried to feather the puck in front of the net and took a shot to the head, and now is being helped off the ice into the Buffalo dressing room. It looks like he's cut up in the up above the right eye.
He's got a nasty cut up there. He's got blood running down his hand there now, so Timmy's in there fixing him up. He'll be fine.
Those are the hits when you know someone's coming. You have to sort of try to protect yourself. But when you don't see the guy, that's when some damage can be done. Lindy's claiming an elbow, and it's hard to see from the replay whether it's an elbow or the shoulder. And I got to believe it was an elbow if Lindy's that upset, as Drury shot or tried to pass the puck in front of the net. And it's hard to tell. You know,
he's complaining a little bit that it was after the thought. You know, after the play was moved, the puck was moved, and then Neal came across and hit him. You know, he's saying that it should have been a penalty because there was time in between that the pass was made.
It was a late hit. I think that's what the argument is. The elbow, it didn't look like. It looked like they collided. Their heads collided.
That's actually, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think I clipped by the helmet. But in any event, Neal and Stafford each end up with 5-minute penalties. And now the Sabres sending out. Now we've got pushing and shoving going before the puck is ever dropped between Heatley and Coletta. Peters is out there as well, and Mair at center ice. And Mair trying to go after Spezza. Spezza doesn't want anything to do with it. Played back into the line, and everybody tearing off at center. And here goes Mair after Spezza. Now Mair gets grabbed from behind, and they all pile in there now. And Biron is looking for Emery. Here's Biron trying to get his gloves off, and Emery wants to go too. Biron and Emery, they are back near center ice as they grapple, and everybody else is teeing off on one another. Emery fires a punch down on the ice. The two goaltenders go. Now here's Peters trying to get back in there again.
Well, there's an example. You go after one of our best players, we're going after yours. And
Absolutely.
That's what this is about.
Now, Biron just dropped Emery. And over comes Peters to grab Emery, and this is really going to get ugly now. Peters hasn't thrown a punch at Ray Emery. Now he does. Emery comes back, and now Peters starts teeing off on Emery. Ray Emery, with all that equipment on, knows enough to keep his head away from it as far as he can, as the officials are trying to get in there and break it up. And they do. And Phillips and Coletta looks like they'll go at any second if they don't get between them.
Now we got Brian Murray standing up on the bench here trying to let Lindy Ruff know what he feels about this whole situation. You know, Lindy's not paying any attention, but Brian, he is upset right now. He is hanging over, letting him know here comes the two coaches.
You're right in there, Ezra. You're right between them, and Ruff is trying to get in there. And let's wait a little. Maybe kill the mics down there, guys, at the moment, and let them go. There you go. Murray and Ruff are chopping away at each other, and they want to go at each other, but they're going to be held apart, and our man
We heard most of it.
Unfortunately.
Now, again, Chris Neal takes out one of Buffalo's stars, and Lindy immediately sent out Mair, Coletta, and Andrew Peters. Mair took out after Jason Spezza. An eye for an eye. That's what that was all about. And it may take a while here until they get this figured out in terms of the penalties.
Oh, it'll take some time. And there had to be some third men in somewhere along the line, or a third man in.
Third man, second fights, all that type of thing.
It's a mess. And it's going to take a while to settle it. Decide who's going to get penalized and how many are out of the game.
Should mention too, Brian McGrattan, the tough guy from Ottawa, is not on the lineup tonight. He was scratched. Not that that would have made a difference. Probably might have made a difference from Ottawa's point of view, but it wouldn't have hindered Buffalo from doing what they did. Again, the hit by Neal, a late hit on Chris Drury as Drury feathered the pass towards the front of the net, and Neal drilled Drury to the ice, and then immediately the next shift, Spezza comes onto the ice, and Mair immediately goes after him. And that's, you go after one of our superstars, we're going after you. And Andrew Peters involved with Danny Heatley.
Guys, I think this is a very good step for the Sabres team. Too many times this year, teams have come in here, they've kind of talked about, hey, if we play physical with them, we can take advantage of them, we can beat them up down low, and that's how you can be successful. You know what? In the last few games, this Sabre team has taken great strides because they've stood up to everything that's got thrown at them. There's a situation tonight, your best player on your team gets knocked down, go get him. That's what it's all about. Everybody's going to know about this, and these guys are going to gain an awful lot of respect around the league for what they just did.
Biron still discussing the situation with Don Van Massenhoven.
Volchenkov,
Here come
5
the
minutes for
penalty
fighting
announcements.
and a 10-minute misconduct. Ottawa penalty to number 1, Ray Emery. 2 minutes for leaving the crease. 5 minutes for fighting. 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. Now in goal for Ottawa, number 29, Martin Gerber.
Goaltenders are gone. Biron and Emery. Marty Gerber in the nets for Ottawa.
Buffalo penalties.
Ryan Miller
to number 22,
in the nets
Adam
for
Mair.
Buffalo. What a tough
2 minutes
position for Ryan Miller. Buffalo
5
down
minutes for
2
fighting.
guys, and
10-minute misconduct.
of course he been sitting on
Number
the bench
76,
for a
Andrew
full
Peters.
period, and
2 minutes for roughing.
5.5 minutes of
2 minutes
this,
for instigating.
without no warm-up.
5 minutes
At least he's
for
had some time
fighting
on the stretch
and a game misconduct.
trying to get himself as ready as he can.
Buffalo 2 men short,
Buffalo penalty to
although
number
both
43,
penalty
Martin
box
Biron.
doors are still open.
2 minutes for leaving the crease. 5 minutes for fighting. Game misconduct.
Yes. Buffalo, one way or the other, they're going to be 2 men down here. So now they need to send players to the penalty box to serve the
Buffalo penalty to number 36, Patrick Coletta. 10-minute misconduct.
Bench is getting a little short on the Buffalo side.
Just 8 players on the